Good morning. Just getting ready to head out. At Kayak today. Kind of starting to get it set up a little bit. Got a crate built for it. Nothing fancy. It's just a milk crate with some freestanding rod holders I've got mounted on the side of it. Not real great, but they're on there and they hold rods, so that's what I needed. Got the depth finder mounted a little bit better this week. Still not as good as I had hoped, but it's better than a couple pieces of scrap wood screwed into the bottom of it. So yeah, out of lake I haven't really fished much at all. I did really good the first time I came out here. Had over 20 pounds in about 4.5 hours. When I came out here, just kind of on a whim, I guess. And then I tried it this summer and stunk it up bad. I think it's just hot and calm, and the water was a lot clearer than I was expecting. It's a lot more stained today, which could be good, could be bad. It's getting late in the year, so it kind of depends on the water temp. I think it should still be in the low 50s, high 40s. So hopefully the water is still warm enough that stained water, it looks like it's about maybe a foot and a half visibility. So hoping that's not too dirty for water, for what the water temp is. They bumped the wind forecast up a lot more than what they were saying. I thought about just bringing the boat, but I'm hoping to do kayak tournaments next spring, and if I'm going to do kayak tournaments, just hopping in the boat's not going to be an option. So I'm going to have to get used to fighting the wind in the kayak. So that's what I'm going to try to do today, and just get used to it, I guess. So we got the sun just starting to come up. It's supposed to be a pretty day. Try to enjoy these last few nice days of the year before it gets cold and I'm relegated to just the power plant lakes. They just closed one of them down because of COVID, so I'll really be relegated to just one power plant lake, and I doubt that's going to change throughout the winter. Unless the numbers start to really drop, they'll keep the other one closed. Not that the fishing's been good out there, but yeah, sometimes it's good to have a change of scenery even if the fishing isn't great. But oh well, here we go. We're gonna shove off, and this is not a numbers lake, this is a big fish lake, and that's what I'm hoping for. Hoping I can break my kayak PB again. If not, there's another lake 30 minutes away with a lot clearer water that I usually do good in the fall that is another option. So we'll see. Hope for the best here though, so here we go. You were a rock. Very much of a fish, but gosh dang, I will take you because I cannot hook you this morning. Too busy admiring this double crappie rig stuck in the tree. Yeehaw, I'm on the board. Not one of the big ones, but you are definitely a fish. hook very good. Come on. Yes. They've been biting weird. One of these days I'm gonna remember to put a rope in here. I need some fresh grippers and a rope. Or the wind to be what they actually forecasted it to be. Reach it without scooting all the way down there. Black and blue wobbler, that's a big fish bait. Always has been. I just need to get the one off of it. I got one on there that's got a trocar hook on it. I don't care what anybody says, trocar hooks are awful. Oh, so close to my first 5-pounder out of the kayak. 498. Man. I just fought and fought and fought with these stupid lily pads back here. I wanted to fish them really bad. I had planned on fishing them. And apparently you just can't fish them lily pads. Or you can't fish the lily pads out of a pedal kayak at all. If it wasn't so windy, I could do it a little bit paddling. At 20 once her mouth is shut. Just a nice healthy fish. Hopefully there's some more like that in store today. Alright, later. Right off the same spot on the same bait, hooked the same way. What are the odds? Not quite as big as the other one. Hooked right in the bottom lip. That's weird. Blue wobbler. Unfortunately discontinued. Havoc devil spear on the back of it. They weren't good for much else for me, but they're a killer wobbler trailer. See if I can get some more sun straight to the camera. I don't think I got enough. $3.79. Might have to do my biggest 5 fish at this rate. 379, about 19 inches. That's 2 bites since I switched to the one with not a trocar, and I hooked both of them, so that's promising. I just need some of the bigger ones to bite. For 3 since I switched to this one. I just can't get the bigger one yet. Well, that's a fat one. Again, not a big one. But I ain't missing them now. That's the important thing. Man, he ain't much, but he hammered that jig. That fish to the bottom lip. Thought that. Bigger, but it's pretty clear if I keep catching them, it's going to happen. Oh, you dirty, rotten son of a... I wonder if that's what I was getting clubbed by. Lost 2 good fish in a row after not losing anything. So we'll switch to this one. Then both of them were out a little further. That would probably explain why. Don't complain to me, you're the one that did it. Get out of here. Stick the little guys, but I lose the big ones, of course. Crushed it. Thought he was really going to be something. Thanks for playing. Keep telling myself the bigger ones will come. I hope I'm not lying to myself. catching a lot more fish than I expected to catch. They're healthy. Spicy shad action. Got the right watercolor. And you felt bigger than that. Oof. Both these ones that ate this one just choked it. I don't know what you got in there, but you're about square. Use the same one I caught on a jig here earlier. The same size. Where's your mama? I know she's back here on this big grass flat. I hooked her earlier. All washed out, pale from this muddy water, muddy cold water. That's a fat one. Man, these balls have been super fat. I haven't seen any tails sticking out of their throats. I don't know what they're eating other than black and blue wobblers. Goodness. Yeah, no tails, no antennas. Just fat. Just hammered that rock. It hit just like a big one. Good gosh, it's a fish. Starting to forget what you guys look like. Pretty sure I was on that end of the lake last time I caught one. But there's one. Waiting for you to decide if you're actually going to eat it or just keep pecking at it. All right. God, you hit it like a ton of bricks. Thought you were gonna be something. You little guys are mean and hungry. I didn't miss him that time. Finally got the wind to die a little bit so I could fish a jig. Wish I got to fish it more because they look like they're biting it. I think I finally caught one off up here. Not as big as I thought he was going to be. He stopped it. Keep eating like that and you'll be big. I don't know what you got in there, but it's a lot of something. Well, that was a lot of fun. I caught more fish than I was expecting to catch. Execution was really bad. I don't know how many of them I'll put in the video, but there was a lot of big fish that didn't make it into the kayak, unfortunately. I don't know if something that I was doing, they were kind of, they were biting weird. I caught a lot of fish that were hooked in the bottom lip today. I don't know exactly why, what that means. It just seems to happen sometimes. And both the bigger fish I caught were both hooked in the bottom lip. I don't know why. It was like I caught quite a few fish that had the bait just choked, and then I caught quite a few of them that had it in the bottom lip. It was weird. The bigger ones were, I mean, part of it's just my lack of experience in the kayak. I'm doing this so I can get the experience that I need, so hopefully that stuff doesn't happen as much if I end up fishing kayak tournaments like I'm planning on doing, because there's a learning curve to it that there's nothing that you can do to get over, to get that learning without just getting out and doing it. Until you experience it, you're not going to know what to do. I had some that were swimming at me when I set the hook, and just I couldn't keep up with them, and that might just be a matter of I normally like a slower reel with a bladed jig when I'm fishing from a boat, but maybe I need to step up to a faster reel when I'm in the kayak so I can keep up with the fish when they do that. I'll just have to get myself to slow down with the bait during the retrieve. And then I had a couple that, I don't know, they just came off. And I had a couple that I just missed. I hooked one, I sworn it was a limb, but then there was a great big boil came up, so it clearly was not a limb. And it's one of those things. I got to catch a couple good ones. One's it's 3 times now I've broke my personal best out of kayak. That one was 498, so I'm just right there at the 5-pound mark, 5-pound club for my personal best in the kayak. So I'll get there before too long, I hope. But it was a good time. They wouldn't eat anything except for a bladed jig all day because the wind was howling so hard. I tried a spinner bait, and I tried a jerk bait, and I tried a square bill, I tried a rattle trap. Nothing. I got a couple bites on a jig, but the wind was blowing so hard I couldn't hardly fish it. And then it finally died off a little bit towards the end there, and I was getting bit on a jig pretty good. And that was when I lost another good one because I got a good bite, set the hook on hard on a heavy fish and my line broke. So dragging it through too many rocks without retying. That was my own dumb mistake. It's harder to retie in the kayak than it is in the boat, and I let my complacency get the best of me. Another learning experience. So, I don't know. It's a good time. I'm really enjoying this kayak. So, looking forward to using it a lot more and learning more about it. So, not sure if I'll be in it next week. It's going to depend a lot on the weather. It's supposed to cool off a little bit and then warm back up a little bit. So, we'll see. But, hopefully, we'll have a good video, and hopefully I'll see you there. So, until next time, see you then.